Alright, hello and welcome back everybody. This is David with Faramir's Rangers. Taking a look at a couple mods I've been tinkering with. I've been playing with Imperial Splendor. Just checking that one out. That's this one right here. But there's another mod that I've been looking at that's pretty impressive. That's this one right here. Alright, so we got Absolute Dominion. Yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. It was released April 7th, 2020, so it's a pretty recent mod here. And I'm going to tell you, it's fairly easy to install. All you do is unzip the files and then drop them into your data folder. And I can kind of show you how to do that. For me, on my files, it is going to be, hold on, bear with me here my friends, bear with me. It's going to be in program files x86. You go to Steam apps, common, Empire Total War, and then data, and that's where you're going to drop those files. Now I will tell you from my experience that you are going to need to pull those 3 files out of the folder if you want to play regular vanilla or if you want to play multiplayer. All you have to do is pull those 3 files out. You're good to go. Put them back in. You're good to go to do the mod. So it's fairly nice that it's simple. I just put the 3 files on my desktop, so I'm ready to switch them back over. Now, I don't know if there's an easier way to do it. I'm not really mod savvy, so if anybody knows a better way to do it, and let me know. But I tried it out with both vanilla and trying it on, what is it, another mod, Empire Total Factions, and it worked with that. And you can see I just put the 3 files here, and it worked like a charm. Alright, so here's me testing it out in campaign. I started playing as Austrian. How epic is it that you can get 2 Grinzers in early campaign as Austria? It's a different Grinzer. They're red. The Grinzer we all know and love. It's actually got a blue uniform now. And look at the Germandine Cav. It's got an upgrade too. They're looking pretty snazzy. And look at the Ottomans. Ottomans looking pretty damn sharp too as well. But I wanted to test out these new Grinzers. They have a different name, and I'm not going to butcher it. So you can go there and try it yourself and see what the name is. Because, like I said, I always get picked on for calling things by the wrong name. So I'm just not even going to attempt it. I just went cold feet on you, but I'll push them up here so you can get a good look-see at how deadly they can be. And this is the Hungarian line there that you just saw. Now let's take a look at the infantry. If you this is just give you an idea by going into the play battle scene. You can see the British don't really change. There's a couple of skin changes to the Coldstream, the line. But other than that, they're pretty much the same. So Britain's not too much change. But I mean, they had a lot of OP units. You can see the Austrians, how they have the 2 different Grinzers here. They got the blue and the red. The blue is the original Grinzer. And the cool thing is the Grenadiers, they up the totals on the Grenadiers. So it's kind of like what you would see in a Marine. With the ultra unit size, you get 120, just like what you would get with Marine. So that is a pretty nice upgrade, if I don't say. I think that is outstanding. Something that can kind of hold up with the USAs of the world. If you're in multiplayer, it would be nice. And you can see the Guard and the Hungarian line and the regular line. Very nice additions here for Austria. Austria is looking pretty sweet. Their Uhlans are looking pretty snazzy as well. They almost look like Lithuanian Lancers, if you ask me. But, hey, because I do know the Lithuanian Lancers had green, red, and yellow just like that. So, but I think they're pretty sweet looking. The Light Dragoons have a different look on the battlefield. We'll see that here in just a minute, but I just want to run through all the different armies for you. Alright, let's take a look here at France. France is looking pretty snazzy. They got a new light infantry. And again, I'm not going to try to say the name. You can go with it yourself, but I will tell you there's some nice caveats. It does only have 90 range, but it's pretty nice. But you still got the 125 range TLR. So yeah, but look at all these different line infantry you get. And I'll kind of go into those in just a minute when we get to the battlefield. But yeah, again, the Grenadiers on all the nations are now 120 versus the old style where it was 60 on the large and what I think it was like 90 on the ultra. So that's kind of a nice upgrade, getting the 30 extra Grenadiers. Like I said, it really helps them kind of stand toe-to-toe with the Marines. So, but anyways, the Cav is really, really much better for France here. I'm very happy to see France get an upgrade on the Cav. So that's an absolute great addition there. So I can't say enough about France's upgrade. Now, again, we already kind of went through Austria, so I'm not really going to go into that. They still got the Hungarian Grenadiers, the regular Grenadiers. Really nothing else has changed other than that. Alright, so taking a look at the Dutch, they have a couple of, at least one new unit. The Cav is all the same. All the other units are the same, but they got one additional unit added to their roster, which is a pretty nice addition, but that's all they got, so we're going to move on to the next. Alright, let's take a look at Poland-Lithuania. Poland-Lithuania is pretty much unchanged other than a reskin of the guards, just like most of the other units. And their Ulans are reskinned. Other than that, Poland-Lithuania is the same. All the natives are the same, so I'm not really going to go over them. Right, so let's discuss Prussia. Prussia's got one extra unit. It's a Fink Grenadier. I'll just attempt to say that name. I probably butchered it, but that's the only additional unit that Prussia got. But again, Prussia's a nation that had a lot of units, unique units, so that doesn't really bother me too much. And I'm thinking that the person that created the mod is probably going to add more and more additional units. I think I did see something about that. I could be entirely wrong, but as it goes, that's where we're at with Prussia. Alright, let's discuss the Russians. The Russians have not gotten any additional units. They just got a couple reskins. So Russia's pretty much the same. Russia's Cav is still pretty darn good as it always has been, but it's, as I said, all the same. I would like to see some more Russian units added to give them a little bit more, because I think they're probably the biggest ripped off nation in the game. Looking at Spain, you can see just reskin of mostly the Cazadors and a few other units, but the Swedish army is pretty much unchanged as well. America has a few additional units to the USA Army. They got the Pennsylvania Regiment. They got North Carolina. So a few additional units there. Everything else looks to be pretty much the same with the USA. Alright, so now I'm just going to kind of give a showcase of all these units so you can see kind of what they look like on the battlefield. And I will say this is where the impressiveness of this mod really comes into full strength. As you can see, the impressive work on the uniforms here. It is really nice, very nice work indeed. Look at the Grenadiers for France. I mean, talk about amazing. And again, I'm not going to try and butcher all the names here. And really, are you going to really remember them after I tell you? But here, look at this. This is the additional light infantry unit, and he walks hidden. He is only 90 range, but he does walk hidden. That is awesome. Okay. And you can see the Bulkleys still look the same, which I love my Bulkleys. You know I love my Bulkleys. And of course the Royal Essos, the Swiss Guard. There's another Swiss unit. And yeah, so you definitely, France has gotten a massive boost, especially with the addition of the cav that you're going to be able to use. Like look at these guys. They look like Bulkleys on horses. Pretty awesome. Then you got, this is basically now France's light dragoon unit, based on the stats that you're going to have. And so let's go up here and take a look at Poland, Lithuania. Alright, so let's take a look. First coming up is the guards. Poland, Lithuania, looking pretty sweet. Then we've got their Grenadiers, the regular Grenadiers. Line infantry, blah blah blah. I want to see the Guard Grenadiers. That's my boys right there. Guard Grenadiers looking really nice. Now for Prussia, let's take a look at that new additional unit for the Prussians. Alright, so the Fink Grenadiers, like I said, I could be butchering that, but there's a good look at them. Alright, so let's take a look at the USA. Here we have their light dragoons. They look pretty darn nice. I really like this. And the Dutch light dragoons fighting with them. Pretty similar. So you can see their hats. And you can see their captain with them. And their... Yep. And then we have... Let's take a look. See some of the Dutch units coming in here. That's all the Dutch Grenadiers. And here comes the Swiss of the Dutch, as they have new uniforms. Here is the Grenadiers of the USA. And the Swiss of the Dutch. And here is the Pennsylvania. Oh my god, they are ugly sons of guns. The Pennsylvania boys, they're going to have a tough time getting any wives because, man, they're looking pretty rough. You see the long rifles, they're probably going to get all the women in Pennsylvania. Here's the North Carolina boys. They look pretty sweet. And then we got more of the Grenadiers. So there is USA. Here's another Dutch. This is a Dutch rifleman. Look at the hat with the rifles there, looking good. Alright, let's take a look at Austria. Here comes the Red Grinzers, as I will call them, and the Wimbuchets, they're the same. We got the French Guards. French, I mean Austrian, sorry. Here's Austrian line. And then their Grenadiers. They look pretty darn nice. And the Guards. And then behind, I believe, is the Hungarian line. And yeah, looking pretty snazzy. They look a bit old, though. I think they're a bit long on the tooth. Gonna have to watch those guys. Some of them might have a heart attack on the battlefield. Alright, here goes the Polish-Lithuanian Light Dragoons getting a charge in. Pretty nice. And that was the Austrian militia that they were meleeing. And let's take a look at the French in combat here. you'll see that some of these units actually fire like Minutemen. And I think some of the other units and some of the other nations, like the Dutch, also have the same ability. That's pretty darn nice, if you ask me. They're able to fire like that. But I'll try and get some close-ups of that. And just so I can push up here with no particular way of it, I'm just going to get in here so we can get a look-see. Yeah, you can see all 4 ranks are firing. Then you got the Grenadiers. I'm going to throw some grenades. Let's see if they do the grenade throw like we showed you in the couple videos ago. And it looks like we are getting pretty nice grenade throws off with the French Grenadiers. So yeah, looks like all those abilities are still there, which is really nice. Basically, this mod does not change anything from vanilla, and I really like that. It's just reskinning a lot of the troops. Let's see the French Cav in action as we carve up the Polish-Lithuanian forces here. So, both of these units will serve as light dragoons. The one in red, they don't have as good of accuracy, but they're still able to fire while mounted. I haven't really checked out all the stats on all these units. Like I said, this is a first look, but you can see the Bulkleys still fire by rank. You got the SOs right there. They're shooting platoon just like they are always supposed to. Swiss Guard, all the platoon fire units still shoot platoon. Fire by rank units still fire by rank. But there's, like I said, a few units that fire in mass just like you do with the Minutemen. So that's a pretty nice feature. You can see here's the new the new French-Swiss unit, and it fires like Minutemen. So pretty nice stuff, if you ask me. So I am looking forward to seeing more out of this mod in the future. I think that this is a extremely nice start. Very happy with it. This might be my new favorite little toy here for playing the game. Like I said, I did attempt this with playing Empire Total Factions, and it does run with Empire Total Factions. So I did try that. I didn't try it with Dark Mod or any other mods, but I don't know how that would interact with it. I don't know if it's compatible with it, but here's playing as Bavaria. There's not any new units added to Bavaria. I think he might be adding those. Some of the things I would like to see in the future, I'd like to see some black units for America, and also maybe unique units you can recruit in the Caribbean area. And I've seen that there was actually black grenadiers for the Prussians that the Prussians used. I think they were former Moors. So those are some other units I'd like to see come out. So I think being able to recruit some of those units in Africa, I think the black units were just definitely not given their due. So anyways, let me know what you think of the mod. I really am impressed with it. So anyways, I think we'll leave it there. Let me know what you think, guys. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And that way you're informed of new content. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I appreciate everyone for helping us get to that point. And we will see you on the next video. Thanks again, guys.